Welcome back to Character Conversions, where I try to bring fictional characters to life in D&D. Today we will be building the product of Weapon X, the Canadian mutant Logan, better known as Wolverine. For stats, we'll be using the standard array of the player's handbook, divided up as you see here. Our physical stats are our most important, as we need to be the best at what we do, and what we do is not very nice. We prioritize our constitution to make sure we can replicate Wolverine's durability. For class, we'll be going with Barbarian, as one of Wolverine's key traits is his Berserker Rage. This grants us a d12 hit die, proficiency with strength and constitution saves, and for skills we will pick up Animal Handling and Survival. Moving on the race, despite Hugh Jackman being 6'2", Wolverine is known for not only being short, but also hairy. For this reason, despite being a human mutant, we will be going with Dwarf, specifically the Mountain Dwarf variety. This increases our strength and constitution by 2 each, raising them to 14 and 17. We have 60 foot of dark vision, Dwarven resilience, Dwarven combat training, Dwarven armor training, tool proficiency with brewer supplies, stone cunning, and we speak Common and Dwarvish. Dwarven resilience gives us resistance to poison and advantage on saves against poison, an important trait for our healing factor. Dwarven combat training gives us proficiency with axes and hammers, though we won't be concerned with these. Stone cunning lets us double our proficiency bonus for history checks to determine the origin of stonework, and we are considered proficient in the skill for these checks. For background, we have several options that could work. We'll be going with Soldier to represent how many wars we have fought and lived through. This gives us proficiency with athletics and intimidation. We gain proficiency with a gaming set of our choice as well as land vehicles. Our background feature is military rank. As a first level Barbarian, we gain Rage and Unarmored Defense. Rage will allow us to, as a bonus action for 1 minute, release our Primal Ferocity, gaining advantage on strength checks and saves, gain a +2 bonus to damage, and have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. Unarmored Defense means we calculate our AC as 10 plus our Dexterity modifier plus our Constitution modifier. At second level, Barbarian grants us Reckless Attack. Now we can choose to gain advantage on all of our attacks, but foes gain advantage when attacking us until the beginning of our next turn. With our Adamantium Skeleton and Healing Factor, it would make sense that we're willing to make attacks that leave us more open to counterattack, because we know we can shrug it off. At third level, we choose our Primal Path. We will be going with Path of the Beast. This gives us Form of the Beast ability. Now when we rage, we transform and gain either a bite, claw, or tail attack. We can choose this each time we rage, and each one of it has its own benefits. We will of course always be going with claws, giving us a d6 slashing attack. And when we use the attack action to attack with a claw, we gain an additional claw attack as part of the same action. In addition, we will take the optional class feature, Primal Knowledge, giving us proficiency with the Perception skill, and helping represent Wolverine's enhanced senses. Finally, we can rage 3 times a day. 4th level in Barbarian means we gain our first ability score improvement. We'll trade this for Dwarven Fortitude, increasing our constitution by 1 to an 18, and now when we take the dodge action in combat, we can spend 1 hit die and add our constitution modifier to it, healing HP equal to the total. This is the beginning of our healing factor. At 5th level, we're going to jump over to Monk now. This will make more sense further down the line. We gain a d8 hit die as well as unarmored defense, but the one we gain from Barbarian is what we'll be using, so let's move on to Martial Arts. Now we can use our martial arts die in place of damage of our unarmed strikes or a monk weapon. Fun fact, our claws technically fit the bill of a monk weapon, being a simple weapon without the two-handed property. While their base damage is better than our martial arts die for now, we do have the option to use dexterity instead of strength for attack and damage. 6th level and our 2nd level in monk means we gain our key in unarmored movement. Unarmored movement is a simple 10-foot bonus to our movement speed while unarmored and not wielding a shield, making our base speed 35 feet. Key grants us Flurry of Blows, Patient Defense, and Step of the Wind. Flurry of Blows allows us to spend a key to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action after we take the attack action. Patient Defense allows us to, as a bonus action, spend 1 key point to take the dodge action. Step of the Wind allows us to spend a key point and take the disengage and dash actions as a bonus action on our turn, and our jump distance will be doubled. 7th level means we're going to choose our monastic tradition. For Wolverine, we're going with Way of the Long Death. This grants us Touch of Death. Now when we reduce a creature within 5 feet of us to 0 hit points, we gain temporary hit points equal to our Wisdom modifier plus our monk level. More hit points means our healing factor is keeping us going. Next, we gain Deflect Missiles, allowing us to, as a reaction, reduce the damage of a range attack against us by 1d10 plus our Dexterity modifier. If we reduce the damage to 0, we can spend 1 key to make a range attack with the ammunition against someone within 20 feet to 60 feet. This is probably best represented by blocking attacks with our claws or just healing part of the damage immediately. At 8th level and our 4th level in Monk, we gain another ability score improvement. We will trade this for the Durable feat. This increases our constitution by 1 to a 19 and makes it so whenever we roll a hit die to regain hit points, the minimum number of points we regain is equal to 2 times our constitution modifier. With our con mod being a +4, this means we don't even have to roll our monk hit die, we just get the max value. Next we gain slow fall, allowing us to as a reaction reduce our falling damage by our monk level times 5. This could be flavored as our healing factor, quickly fixing any damage I think. Finally, we will pick up the optional class feature, Quickened Healing. As an action, we can spend 2 key points and roll our martial arts die. We regain a number of hit points equal to the result, plus our proficiency bonus. A good backup for if we run out of hit dice. 5th level monk grants us extra attack, Stunning Strike, and our martial arts die increases to a d6. Extra attack means we can now make 2 attacks when we take the attack action instead of 1. Stunning Strike means we can spend a key when we hit a target, forcing them to make a con save or be stunned until the end of our next turn. Finally, our martial arts die is now equal to the damage of our claws, meaning it's only up from here. 10th level and our 6th level monk grants us Hour of Reaping. Now as an action, we can force each creature within 30 feet of us to make a wisdom save or be frightened of us until the end of our next turn. I think of this as an extension of our Berserker Rage. It's a terrifying sight. Key Empowered Strikes means our unarmed strikes are magical for resistances and immunities. Finally, unarmored movement increases to 15 feet, giving us a speed of 40 feet. 7th level monk grants us Evasion and Stillness of Mind. Evasion makes it so when we succeed on a dex save for half damage, we take no damage, and half damage if we fail. Stillness of Mind means we can end a charmed or frightened effect on ourselves as an action. 12th level and our 8th level monk is our next ability score improvement. We'll increase our Constitution and Wisdom by 1 each, raising them to 20 and 14 respectively. With our 9th level monk, our unarmored movement improves, allowing us to move along vertical surfaces and across liquids without falling so long as we end our movement on stable ground. Our 10th level monk grants us Purity of Body and improves our unarmored movement to 20 feet, giving us a speed of 45 feet. Purity of Body grants us immunity to disease and poison. Our healing factor is too strong for them to affect us. 15th level and our 11th level monk, Way of Long Death grants us Mastery of Death. Now when we are reduced to 0 hit points, we can instead expend 1 key and have 1 hit point instead. Our healing factor just keeps us going. Finally, our martial arts die increases to a d8, meaning both our claws and unarmed strikes are better now. 16th level and our 12th level monk grants us another ability score improvement. Now if we were homebrewing this, I'd make it so having an adamantium skeleton gave you a flat AC and increase my strength. But because our AC and damage can be increased by increasing our dexterity, I'll drop it in there, raising it to a 16. 18th level and our 13th level monk grants us Tongue of Sun and Moon. Now we can understand all spoken languages, and any creature that speaks a language can understand us. Roleplay this as having lived so long that we have picked up a lot of languages. 14th level monks gain Diamond Soul and the final unarmored movement improvement, making our speed 50 feet. Diamond Soul makes it so we have proficiency with all saving throws, and should we fail a save, we can spend 1 key to re-roll and take the second result. As a 15th level monk, we gain the final improvement to our healing factor, Timeless Body. We no longer suffer from the frailty of old age and cannot be aged magically, but we still die of old age when our time comes. Finally, we no longer need food or water. At 20th level, the capstone for our build will be an ability score improvement. We'll drop this into our dexterity, raising it to an 18. End result sees us with an AC of 19 and 203 hit points. When we rage and pull out our claws, we will average 10 damage, 20 with the second attack we get with our claws, an extra attack makes that 30. We can use our key to flurry of blows and make 5 attacks instead of 4 for 50 damage, but I think we want to conserve our key for healing honestly. The main dish of our build is that we have 16 key, meaning we can use Patient Defense to dodge as a bonus action and immediately spend 1 hit die to heal. Durable makes it so the minimum we heal is 2 times our Constitution modifier, meaning if we use one of our monk hit die, we just immediately heal 15 hit points. Our barbarian hit dice will heal us 15 to 17 hit points. Since we can do this 16 times, we can heal ourselves at least 240 hit points guaranteed. This gives us a virtual hit point pool of 443. If we're raging and having damage, that is increased to a maximum of 886. The enemy can stop us by getting us to 0 hit points before we fully heal, but that can be difficult when they're suffering from disadvantage to all their attacks due to our dodge action. The reason we went so heavily into monk is because I wanted to make sure we didn't have to stop attacking in order to heal ourselves. Magic items you should keep an eye out for include the Sword of Sharpness and Periactive Wound Closure. The Periactive Wound Closure is the most important, as it doubles the amount of HP you heal when you spend a hit die. Imagine hitting your opponent for 30 damage, Patient Defense, and healing 30 hit points. A pair of Sword of Sharpness scimitars I think would best represent adamantium claws. They make it so you deal a maximum damage against objects, and your criticals deal additional 46 damage, and lop off a limb. A very Wolverine move in my opinion. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment your opinions or suggestions for new builds. I hope all your 20s are natural. See you next time.